Hi, I'm Ray and this is TinyTableGames. Thanks for clicking on the video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And come along as I continue to play through all the games on my shelf that I never have gotten through and seeing whether or not I'm going to keep them, as well as painting all the minis, which is on the shorts if you look for those. Today we're doing a game I purchased at Universal Studios several years ago, the Golden Snitch, the Quidditch game. I thought it was interesting that they tried to make a board game out of Quidditch, especially considering the two-dimensional nature versus three-dimensional. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And so we're going to check it out. There's actually one expansion for it. The base game comes with, as you might expect, Gryffindor and Slytherin, and the expansion also comes with, as you might expect, Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. That said, let's get into it. So here's the pitch. The four team stands don't really come into it. It's just kind of funny. Gryffindor and Slytherin. You've got 3 chasers, 2 beaters, a keeper, and of course the seeker on both sides. This is the Quaffle, and the Golden Snitch does not come into play until you roll a certain thing. There's 2 decks of cards. Each team has a deck of skill cards and a deck of action cards. The skill cards are basically nothing in particular. They're just color-coded, but they are kind of, if you will, the power source for your action cards. Each action card has a color that corresponds to a various skill card and a number. You have to have that many of that, or if you try to translate it into Lorcana terms perhaps, or magic even better, you have to have that much mana of that type to use that card. But much like Lorcana, you can keep reusing these as you build them up. However, you start with 0 skill cards, but you start with 4 action cards. So obviously the first thing you're gonna say is, well, I can't use any of these, right? Or not initially. And here, by the way, is the starting hand of the Gryffindor team. Notice they do actually have 1 0 skill card, which they could use immediately because you don't have to have anything for that. So as you might expect, the goal of the game is to win by catching the Golden Snitch, worth 150 points. Each regular goal that you score with the Quaffle is worth 10 points, and the game ends usually after 3 goals, although you can extend it if you want like a longer game, say 5 goals or whatever. So this game is kind of like checkers with action cards. The chasers have a specific movement. They can move up to 3 spaces diagonally. So 3 and 1, they can also weave back and forth. Basically, they have to stay on the dark green squares is the gist of that, and can only move up to 3. They can go back and forth. They can do whatever. You go 1, 2, 3, that sort of thing. Don't know why you would, but you could. Okay, that's basically what they do. The exception comes when there are some cards that you can play that let them do extra things. Beaters can only move 2 squares, but they move like a rook in chess. They move orthogonally only. So if the seekers are your bishops, or excuse me, the chasers are your bishops, the beaters are your rooks. So they can move 2 spaces in any orthogonal direction. And they too could bounce back and forth or go like this. The thing they could do is a bit rough and tumble. If by some chance a beater moves on to another player, they knock that player out of the stadium. And of course the keeper usually he starts right here where the little circles are. That's why they're in that formation. And they usually sit in one of the goals. They can move up to 2 spaces diagonally, basically like this. 1, 2, and bouncing between goals is really what that comes down to. So when this card shows up, and there's 6 of them in each player deck, so Slytherin 6 and Gryffindor 6. So if it was Gryffindor's turn and that card showed up, the Snitch appears there. Then, before anything else happens, like everything stops, each seeker rolls a single die and moves that many green spaces towards the Golden Snitch. So there's 10 spaces, so at most you could get like there. You have to land precisely on it, by the way. If you overshoot, you don't move at all. So you say, well, that's weird. And then there they stay just like that. Now let's say Slytherin then gets it. Well, then the Golden Snitch will appear back over here, and you roll, and the 2 chasers go back and forth. Or seekers, excuse me. So effectively what happens is if a Golden Snitch card appears for the same side a couple times in a row, then with good rolls, the seekers have a chance of catching it and ending the game. That said, you could also just bounce back and forth and never make any progress if it's one Slytherin, one Gryffindor, one Slytherin, one Gryffindor, and so on. Which is why, in the game, they say that you should play to a number of goals as opposed to worrying about trying to end it by catching the golden snitch, although that will in the game, the odds on you doing it aren't that great. So like I said, after shuffling up everything, each side starts with 4 action cards and 0 skill cards. So there's 3 steps to the round. First, draw a card. You can either pick an action card or a skill card. Obviously, at the start of the game, you're going to want to draw skill cards because you don't have any yet, and until you do, you can't really use your action cards. So these act kind of like mana. They just sit there, and once you have one, you don't have to do anything with it. It just exists, and you can use it. So forever after, if Slytherin's starting it off, which we'll say they are, they've drawn this card as their first step, so now they have 1 wizardry card. Do they have any action cards that use that? Yes, they do. So with 1 wizardry card, they could use the Wit Sharpening Potion. To think more clearly, draw an additional card from your skill deck. Step 2 is optional, and that's where we come to the would you like to play a card? And in this case, why sure, they will play a card. So they will play the Wit Sharpening Potion now that it is the time to do so, and draw an additional card from the skill deck. So they discard this and draw another skill card, which is offense. So we got 1 wizardry and 1 offense. And you just leave these face up on the table where your opponent can see them so everybody knows. 2 different Quidditch players on a given turn. You can't move the same person twice. Nobody can occupy the same square, obviously. If a beater moves into that square, it knocks the other person out until the start of their next turn, so it's not very long. You can't pass the quaffle over the middle line. You have to carry it over and pass to someone on the same side. So no passing, effectively offsides in that sense. To score a goal, you don't actually toss it through. Your chaser has to actually move into the space, because remember, they only move diagonally on the dark green spaces. And if they're not being blocked by another piece, because you can't move through another piece unless you're a beater, of course, or the keeper can also knock someone off if they happen to move onto their space. Play number 1, 1, 2, 3. Play number 2, 1, 2, 3. So there's our 2 pitch plays, and now it goes over to Gryffindor, who can first draw a card. So they'll draw a skill card, and it's offense. And do we want to play a card? We do. Should we play a Quaffle Steal now? I think we will. We shall play the Quaffle Steal. So it automatically goes to the chaser that was closest to it. So thanks very much for that. And now we're on to the 2 pitch plays. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And now we're back over to Slytherin, who can draw a card. And in this case, I think they're going to draw another skill card. And it's defense, so 1 of each. That's nice. Are we going to play anything? We could play a triple play, move all 3 chasers. I don't know if that's worth it or not. We'll see. Maybe I'll hold on to that one for now. And do 2 pitch plays. Let's see. 1, 2. That's 1 pitch play. And knowing he could only travel on green, we'll move him to here. Okay, and over to Gryffindor. And I should note for passing, which counts as a pitch action, there's no rolling or anything like that. It just automatically goes to the other chaser because they assume you're real good. And the only way to intercept is to play the action card that lets you do that. So, just that known. We're back to Gryffindor, who is going to draw another skill card. And it's a 2nd offense. Are we going to play anything? No. We don't have any cards to do that with. So, we need to get more chasers down the field. 1, 2, 3. I think 1, 2, 3. And that's the play. Back over to Slytherin, who's going to draw a power card this time, or an action card, I should say. Still not quite what we're hoping for. But I think they will go ahead and use their triple play to move all 3 chasers as a single pitch action. And the reason why we're going to do that, 1, 2, 3, is to put them in position for getting a pass. And 1, 2, 3, in case they should get possession of the quaffle. Back to Gryffindor, another skill card, thank you. Does that help us do anything? We can do the Wit Saver, so we will play that to draw an additional skill card and get a second one of those, which is not helpful. We need green. So maybe next time we'll draw more action cards. In any case, 2 pitch actions. 1, 2, 3. And he's still out of range of the beaters, so no stress there. And 1, 2, 3. And over to Slytherin, who are going to draw another action card. Nope. One of each, so got to draw a skill card next time. Let's see. The beater is going to stay where he's at there. He's going to just move 1 over like that. Actually, maybe he should move 2. It doesn't block the path, but it puts him within position to catch that guy. He's almost in scoring position. He has to get there, so I don't need to move the keeper yet. 1, 2, move him here. And back over to Gryffindor. We're going to draw an action card. Bonus play, make an extra pitch play. Huh, interesting. So I believe we'll be playing that card. So instead of 2 pitch plays, we'll be making 3. So pitch play number 1, 1, 2, 3. Pitch play number 2, 1, 2, 3. And pitch play number 3 is pass. Slytherin, who's going to draw a skill card. So they got 2 offense now. Pass the quaffle from one chaser to the other, then advance both chasers. That's interesting, but not helpful right now. So, let's see. Step 1 is going to be the keeper moving to here to block that. And then we can't get the beater that close, so we're going to move this beater here to knock him off. They need, I believe. I don't think I can stop them this time. So they're going to draw another action card. That's cool, but not helpful right now. And so for actions, 1, 2, 3. So 1 for Gryffindor, or 10 for Gryffindor. And it resets. And Slytherin gets the quaffle. The only thing that doesn't reset is the Seekers, though they haven't actually done anything yet anyway. All right, so Slytherin gets it. They're going to draw another skill card. 2 green, 2 blue now. So first, 1, 2 to knock this person out. And the quaffle goes to the nearest chaser, who's right there, who will pass it to them for this one. So there you go. Slytherin wins 2-1 because I didn't want to play on to 3 because you get the idea. Is this game fun? Yeah, it kind of is actually. Would I play it very long? I don't think so. It's fun for a very short period of time, but after that, it's kind of like, yeah, okay. Is it a keeper? I don't know. It's kind of fun in theory, but when you actually start playing it, it's kind of grindy. Compared to other games I have, I don't think I would pull this one out in favor of those. So I'm probably going to get rid of it. In any case, I'm Ray. This is TinyTableGames. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.